Afternoon, vinyl community. The usual type of video here. Things that have come in via postal service or via digging around town. I prefer to dig around town, but sometimes, you gotta order shit. First up, band out of Atlanta, Georgia from the 90s, and these are records that I haven't seen a record store probably since the 90s, if ever. It might have just been, get from the band at the gigs. Some dead stock copies of the Hall Al Shaddad, and really goddamn good band. Dig the guitars quite a bit on this. I'm not huge on the vocals, but the band makes up for it. If you dig Slint or Unwound or this first record here, more like Circus Lupus, if you know that band from Discord label from back in the day. This one is on Buddy System and Trouble Man Unlimited from '96, and a really cool insert with this. One of the coolest in a record that I've seen. So these were sealed copies, $10. Scott from Lunchbox got them from the drummer of the band, who just happened to still have them. You got the insert here, which is like an FBI file on the band. The photograph and description of their last whereabouts and whatnot. Yeah, Trouble Man Unlimited. It's out of Bayonne, New Jersey. Cool label, and then this was a split with the label Buddy System out of Durham. God, I barely remember that. Yeah, 96. So some good alternative type of stuff from back in the day. Was really stoked that he got these from the drummer, and I guess he's going to get a hold of their original 7 inches too, which is just something you never see. I'm sure these were just kind of probably only sold at gigs or in Atlanta. And then their second record from '98, Textures of Tomorrow. This is more on the unwound side of things with this band. Also on Trouble Man Unlimited, Buddy System Records. Another really cool cover. And yeah, so I'm not sure if Scott's got any left. He did put them up for sale, a few copies on his website, Lunchbox Records. I know Dom picked them up, so I'm looking forward to his assessment of them in the future. Next up, a record that finally got a vinyl release after 21 years. That is Boris and their album Flood. And this is very well done by Third Man Records. Say what you will about Jack White, but goddamn, he knows how to press records very well. This, however, is something that I probably would rather have on CD, because it's just one song. This came out, I think it's pretty much their second full length under their own name. Amplifier Worship was the first, and this is kind of in that vein, heavy, droney, minimal, doomy stuff, but all one. It's all one. They broke it up into 4 parts for the vinyl, so this is a double LP. This is the limited, exclusive to independent record store deal on the like this bluish turquoise color. Very nice, and pretty sweet Boris labels that you see on most Boris records. And yeah, Had to hunt one down because they sold out on release day everywhere. Everywhere I was looking online anyway, and I know that Lunchbox sold out online, so I didn't even bother to go over there. So this came all the way from San Diego. So yeah, but I see they got black copies in now, but Boris Flood, Boris from Japan, I believe they now reside in England. However, so I've been told, I don't know that to be true. Let's see. Next up, I got in touch with Dom, speaking of Dom, up at Angry Mom Records in Ithaca. They had got in a stack of Pressure Sounds albums, and a couple of these had been on my want list for quite a while. Probably since, either Steve, Psych in the Valley showed these records, or Buttery could have shown these. I think maybe one of them Buttery showed, or yeah, one of those guys, one of the reggae guys. Yeah, package arrived from Angry Mom. Rockers from the land of reggae from Emoja, and this is a killer. So yeah, Pressure Sounds reissue. You got quite a cast on here. Yeah, so Philip Zalukis Fullwood is your lead vocalist, killer. Robbie Shakespeare's on here, Sly Dunbar. Aston Family Man Barrett's also on here on bass and parts of this. Yeah, I mean, Bingy Bunny Lamont on reggae guitar. Fantastic. Fantastic reggae. And then this one was a big one. Yabu meets King Tubby, Walls of Jerusalem. So this has unreleased mixes and studio outtakes as well, so this is a double LP. So the first LP is the Yabu jams. Really good stuff too, like the title track and everything. But the B-side is all the dub versions of those tracks from side 1 by King Tubby, and it's just killer. And then side 3 are studio outtakes. A lot of it from the Prophets group, and then there's more dub versions on side 4. So you get quite a wide variety, but great roots reggae. Again, on Pressure Sounds. I can't remember who. I think Steve, Psych in the Valleys, had picked this up, or maybe John, 6-inch pianist, might have. Somebody showed this, and it went right on my want list, and it took me quite a while to pick it up. But Angry Mom came through, and then Dom was nice enough to throw a couple 7-inches in the package of a friend's band out of Ithaca, and I'm glad he did. These are killer. Chimes of Bayonets, and this is their first 7-inch EP, Archiver, on Habit Forming Records. What a fantastic name for a label. This one's from 2020, and then their second 7-inch EP, Indexer, also the same label. This one from 2021. Yeah, this is great. If you dig Discord stuff, you would dig Chimes of Bayonets. Yeah, my friend Joe, I turned him onto this. I sent a link to their Bandcamp, and he's like, this is the best shit he's heard all year. Really goddamn good guitars. I initially threw this one on 45 RPM, and I was like, this sounds okay, but the vocals sound strange. And it's actually a 33 1/3. I had a Carlson moment, had to switch it. But yeah. And yeah, killer band. Chimes of Bayonets from upstate New York. Looking forward to anything else these guys put out. And I guess Jay Robbins from Jawbox was involved with the production on these, so that's really cool. I got to film him at Milestone. He opened and he also played with the band Daria from France. So that's on my page here somewhere if you want to check out that video. Maybe I'll leave a link to that. But thank you, Dom. Next, a couple records came in the mail from Alex at Motor 247. He's been selling records on his site on Instagram, Plastic Oddments, so check that out. He's been selling a bunch of records. He's moving in some different directions musically, so some of this stuff he's probably had a while is going up, and was happy to pick this up from him. Yousef Latif, Jazz Round the World on Impulse. Not an original, a later pressing, I think a 72 stereo pressing, but one that had been missing and had one of the first records on my want list from years back, because it's one of the first Impulse, if not the first Impulse release from Yousef Latif. Took me a long time to find a copy, but this is a nice one. And Yousef Latif plays multiple instruments and just to perfection. I absolutely love Yousef Latif. And then next was a double LP, Songlines, by Peter Brotzman, Fred Hopkins, and Rashid Ali. This is an Austrian pressing from 2016 on Trost Records. Not something you see every day. It says, this music is a memory bank for finding one's way about the world. That is true. I love Rashid Ali on the drums, and I'm really been digging everything I've been finding from Peter Brotzman lately, you know, real heavy free jazz. And yeah, this was recorded in October of '91 in Berlin, and I think this was the first time it got put on wax. It was not until 2016. I think it was CD only. You'll see a lot of that with jazz from the 90s. No one gave any shits about pressing vinyl because it wasn't going to sell. So it's nice to see a lot of the things from the 90s, jazz-wise, coming out on vinyl. And then, let's see, I did get this in the mail, a rare 7-inch, one I'd been looking for many years, Kowloon Walled City, backed with Batilis, Anthem, and is the song from Kowloon. It's a Godflesh cover, and then Lava, yeah, Scott Evans from Kowloon, guest vocals with Batilis, and it's a Ministry cover. Very, very cool. 7-inch, you can see the cool illustration through the glare of the Golden Gate Bridge, as Kowloon Walled City is from San Francisco, and one of my favorite heavy bands of all time. And they got a new record coming out. I'd love to get the pre-order, but their record company, Neuro Recordings, has all the records pressed in a pressing plant in Louisiana near New Orleans, and they're offline completely because of the hurricane. So even records have been impacted by Ida. I mean, it's crazy how big that storm was. Just ask Bill. That tornado came right near Bill from the Vinylverse. And let's see, last but not least, I swung into Repo today to get some sleeves, and I've been talking to Steve, who works there, about this record. And this is one Dom actually showed recently. He found an original, but that's Parliament Osmium. This is a fucking great record. Parliament's first LP. Love the guitars on this. That's my whole thing. I just really dig the grooves and in the guitar. Parliament. This is some type of recent reissue on it with the Invictus Records label on it. I don't think it's even official, but this sounds really good. There's the Invictus label. Love to stumble on original, but I believe they are extremely difficult to find and a little pricey these days. So this copy is going to suit me wonderfully. And then this was in the new arrival section for $3, and I couldn't pass on it. Music for an Oriental Dance, Volume 2, one of my favorite record covers I now have in my collection. I mean, look at that. Yes, ma'am. First of all, you've got this dude playing the tabla. I love the tabla, and yeah, you know, this was music for belly dance. But this is I've played some of this already. This is really cool stuff. Some flute in here, really good. Whatever kind of keyboards is in this is not my favorite, but yeah, the tabla and yeah, everything else is it's a fun record. And this was pressed in Greece in 1973 and released on Voice of Lebanon for the Beirut, Lebanon label. And I mean, this is in great shape and was super cheap. There's an original insert, and there's your Voice of Lebanon label, and it's in, I mean, pretty much perfect shape. Rarely played. I mean, a record probably sold in Lebanon in the early 70s. Let's see, it was well, actually, this was imported by Peters International Inc. in Lackawanna, New York, which is up near Buffalo. That's crazy. Very cool. Fun find. That's what we got this week. Hope you're all well. Peace.